Hi, I'm Mike Dooley, author of Life on Earth. It's a book about the nature of reality, who we are, how we got here, and what we can do with our time in space. It's about asking the hard questions to discover that they have empowering, bold, simple answers. The premise is that life is the ultimate knowable, that it's our highest responsibility to drill down deep, to discover all that we're capable of doing in the short, fleeting time that we're here. When we answer these questions, we discover that we are truly the eyes and the ears of God come alive in the dream of life. We're here by choice, pushed on to greatness every single day. It's as if our positive thoughts are at least 10,000 times more powerful than our negative thoughts. Now, I'll grant you, a thought is a thought, and it's only judgment that says one is positive versus negative. But when you consider the truth that we are truly gladiators of the eternal beings, beings of light, here by choice, and we came here clearly to totally rock and roll and to live to our greatest capabilities, then wouldn't it make sense that when you're living a life in these hallowed jungles of time and space, that you'd be capable of doing all things that you set your mind to? And in fact, that's exactly what's going on. And so when you think a thought of, I'm awesome, this is beautiful, all things are possible, that goes into the current that brought you here. When, on the other hand, you think a thought like, I'm an idiot, I'm so stupid, I'll never figure it out, what are the chances that I could get ahead? Those are lies. Lies compared to who you really are. It is way harder to make negative thoughts and lies become the things and events of our life than it is our positive thoughts. And knowing this is the key. We live at a primitive time in these jungles of time and space where we wanted to be here simply because of the challenge of discovering who we are in a generation that's going from the darkness into the light. A light that will be here forevermore, and a darkness that seemed to have followed us around for millennia. We have chosen to be alive at a time when we're moving from one realm into the other. So it's natural that we feel fear, natural that we feel resistance, it's natural that we have these questions. But the message, perhaps, that resonates or that speaks the loudest in Life on Earth is one of an invitation for all of us, including you, to go within. Ask the big questions, ask the hard questions, discover the answers, see the beauty, learn how to totally rock your life. Sound too good to be true? Your life is proof. All of our lives are proof. Sometimes we watch the Discovery Channel and we get convinced that life is all about survival of the fittest. Come on! Haven't you smiled 1,000,000 times more than you frowned? Haven't you laughed 1,000,000 times more than you've cried? Haven't you had clarity 1,000,000 times more than you've been confused? Where's the 50-50? Where's the survival? You have blown the lid clear off of survival. We've been thriving even in our ignorance. Can you imagine how good it's going to get once we know the truth for having asked these hard questions? And there's more. You've had friends 1,000,000 times more than you've been all alone. You've had health 1,000,000 times more than you've been totally sick and bedridden. And you've had money your whole life, way more than you've had not a nickel in the red. The evidence is everywhere when we wake up to the truth and see what's been beneath our nose all along. Ask the hard questions, find the answers. Life is the ultimate knowable. You came here to rock and roll.